Hello, this is me. Jump scare. The lighting is absolute ass. It's natural light, and also my camera is like, even though I have like an iPhone, that's probably the problem, honestly. I'm recording on my phone and not on some professional camera, so if the whole quality of this video is ass, I'm sorry. My name is Peach, BlowPage95, and if you're new here, I do gay webcomics on Webtoon and Tapas. For 4 years now I've had one, and always switched up between some, ended some, had some new ones. I put them here somewhere on the screen, my webcomics. Maybe you've seen them, maybe you have not. Maybe you've seen this cringe beginning, the cringe start of my first webcomic and thought, hell no, I'm clicking off of this. The fuck is this? But I'm here today to answer some questions. Check out my webcomics perhaps, because the majority of these questions are about my characters from the comics. So if you don't know these people, it's probably confusing as fuck for you to listen to these questions. So, how do you draw your characters to look like always the same? Sorry, English is not my language, but what I mean is I can't draw my OC to always look like themselves, and they always look different. So I was asking you how you do it. I don't. There was this thing a few months to years ago on social media going around, same face syndrome. It was pissing me off because people were like, you have an art style, but all of your faces look the same. Like if you just draw the face with the head and stuff, no hair or anything, no remarkable moles or anything, it's pretty much just, it could be anyone. I don't think that's a problem. That's just, to me, that's a consistent art style. To other people, that's same face syndrome, but I'm honestly not in that whole social media, whatever the fuck. I don't know. Like, I don't even, like, some people do, like, guidelines for their faces. I don't even do that either. It's just muscle memory, honestly. And I would like to also come to this take with an argument against it, that I don't. As an example, I would like to give a very recent episode of mine, of my old demon, where Samuel looks like 3 different people in one episode. Like, mind you, that's like 9 to 10 panels, and he just like, I'm gonna put them here somewhere, the 3 examples, and he looks like 3 different people because I just can't be consistent with it. In one panel he looks like a 10-year-old, then he looks like a 30-year-old, then he looks like a 20, like, you know, I don't either. I know you're trying to get advice out of me, but I don't know how I do it. It just does it. I don't know how it works. It's muscle memory, and sometimes it doesn't even work out. So, I'm rambling. Next question. How do you feel so motivated to continue your sketchbooks? I need help. My main thing is Pinterest. I know a lot of people go on Pinterest and feel demotivated because they see other people and wish they could draw like that, but for me personally, I go on Pinterest and it's like, damn, I want to draw that, and so I go to my sketchbook and draw that. I also just sometimes feel the urge, like I have not gone, I know this is like crazy to some of y'all, but I've not gone a singular day without drawing for the past 4 years. I'm probably gonna have to get a surgery on my wrist in a few years, honestly. I just can't imagine a day without it. It's just in my brain, you know? It's just something. Sometimes I hate drawing. I'm setting deadlines to myself pretty much for my webcomics. I'm like, shit, it's already the day again we have to upload. I don't have to upload. But like, it's a deadline I set myself, right? Bruh. And so I'm like pissed off at that. I have only started drawing digitally because of my webcomics, because you can't upload a paper sketch to Webtoon that looks like absolute ass. So I drew the majority of my life in paper, so I just see something cool on Pinterest and want to draw it. I don't know, it's wired in my brain to go and draw every single day. My tip is go to Pinterest and look, like, you build your Pinterest board yourself, right? What you look at on your For You, you build that yourself. So like, build it so that you're motivated to draw and not that you envy other people. Next question. Hello, how do you come up with your story ideas and how do you plan them? Spontaneously. Absolutely spontaneously. Like, I have a simple concept of it, but I mainly just go with time. As an example, My Little Demon is the most random fucking story you will ever fucking see. And if you read it and think like, oh, that all connects and makes sense, I am happy to hear that. But that was not, in my head, that's like, it's so random because I just started out with a demon dude breaking into some human's apartment, eating their fruit. Peaches, to be specific. And it's so fucking random because what even is that? There is no context. Like, guy needs to come from somewhere, from hell. Okay, it's a demon, it comes from hell. But like, you know, I didn't even have any thought behind any of what was going on. So I randomly slapped in the fact that he's a prince, that he's royalty, which gave a bit of, you know, backstory, okay, shitty parents, okay, you know, a bit of backstory, and boom, I slapped in Min. I slapped in Min, and now he's also like 50% of the story. I just keep on slapping more characters, and that's all I do. I just hate to see it go. I don't want it to end. That's why I keep on slapping more in. But to come back to your questions, I'm really just getting off the loop here. I'm always like getting off of where I'm supposed to be. I don't plan them. To be coming back finally to your question, I don't plan them. Like, I have an idea of where it's gonna end, but if I'm gonna slap in 3 more characters in the span of the next 3 years, I have no idea. I don't know. You know, pretty much my stories just come spontaneously. Also, next example with Trust Issues, my other comic that I just started like a few weeks ago. I don't know how it's gonna end. I have no idea. Like, the main couple is gonna end up together, but like, maybe there's something else. And I'm just gonna slap in random events that I want to happen in there. That's it. That's it. And then I'm maybe gonna slap in some more events that are hopefully gonna somehow connect to the story. Like, it's not all planned out. And I think it's not as fun if you plan it out completely. Like, what's the fun in planning out the whole story and then you want to change something, but then it doesn't add up with the story? So set a start, set an end, but like, set a few events you want to have in there, but don't plan it out completely so you can't make any spontaneous changes to it if you want to. Was that good advice? I don't know. Okay, next question. Hi, what made you start drawing, and are you glad that you are able to draw to this day? I started drawing in 2015, and I don't know. I just got a notebook. The main point was Star versus the Force of Evil, but I think before that I still just already started doodling, like it was in my brain already. But I stopped. From 2015, maybe the very beginning of 2016, and then to 2017 I just stopped. Like, the interest went gone. Like, I had the short hyperfixation and poof, just gone. It was just gone. And then in 2017, I think, then I discovered Star vs. the Force of Evil. I don't know when it came out. Like I said, I don't really remember the time. But I think that's what got me back into drawing. And yes, I'm very happy and blessed to still be able to draw. It kind of is, like I said 20 times before this. It's kind of in my brain. It's kind of rewired in here. I can't go without it. It's a passion. Hi, I wanted to know how you come up with different ideas for your poses in your sketchbooks. Do you look for references or do they appear naturally? I really like your art, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. Pinterest. My life savior. I feel like I wouldn't draw as much in my sketchbook or generally if I didn't have Pinterest. Like, it's really a big inspiration for me. I have a board saved on Pinterest with like stuff that I want to draw, but I really don't always end up drawing it. It's really spontaneous. Like sometimes I feel like anatomy studies and sometimes I don't. Really rarely do anatomy studies. I really mainly just draw the same shit over and over. I draw the 3 out of 4 angle 90% of the time because I hate the other angles. I also like the front angle now, but like I don't draw anything else. But to answer the questions, I always get off track. I'm so sorry. To answer the main questions, Pinterest, 1 and 2, I don't always draw different poses. I mainly draw the same shit, so. Next one. I have 2 questions, okay? What got you interested in making a webtoon? Ever since I got back into drawing in 2017, I really developed a love for making comics. Like there wasn't, still to this day, there's barely a character that doesn't have a story related to it or that I want to make a webcomic with. Like back in the day, I didn't have any sketchbooks. I only had binders full of singular pieces of paper with... I had a series that was very, very disgustingly similar to Star versus the Forces of Evil. And I was like planning out seasons. I was having a whole binder with a trailer. Oh, you gotta imagine, like a trailer is like a summary of an episode or something, right? Or a season. And then I would like draw singular panels of episodes that I wanted to happen. Like there was always a love for comics. And then I found out about this beautiful thing called Webtoon. Something that I was familiar with was Lesin. I don't know if you say it like that. Just a comic website, but it was like always for Korean, Asian comics. Like, and I'm not Asian. So like, I was like, okay, there's no option for me to upload a webcomic. And then I saw Webtoon and I was like, oh my god, I can actually upload my own. What the hell? And then I got to it. That was like, I think 2020. I don't know if that's the year when I found out about it, but that's when I started planning it. Who or what inspired you? I just... random artists, really. Like, I can't pin down anyone specific. Just really random artists that I saw all over Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, and that also had their own webcomic that I found really inspiring. All of that stuff. Like, all of that mixed together somehow. I don't have anyone specific I would go for. Next question. What are your inspirations for your romances? I love how you write them. The genres. Like, there's, like, do you say genres? Like, different things that exist, right? It exists friends to lovers, enemies to lovers, childhood best friends to lovers, right? Like there's these things that exist, and then you have also the characters with their own personalities. Like you kind of, sure, you decide who gets together, sure, but like you also have personalities set up for the character, right? And so you kind of can, out of that, decide what kind of dynamic they will have together. Like if the character itself is just the fucking bitch, obviously it's not gonna be the sweetest thing to the other person, except that's the genre you want, right? That's kind of, you set it up yourself, that dynamic and personality and how that all gets together, because there's also that dynamic with like the super tough guy and then he goes soft for the other person, dynamics like that, you know? And that's how you just decide that. Example given, Min and Aiden are just friends with benefits, and then you just have their personalities in there. That's what I decided for them, and that's how it plays out. 2, is your hair big and luxurious as you draw it? Don't ask me that. I know that I draw the hair way bigger than the fucking head is. You can see for yourself. I know I have thick hair, but I don't know if it's luxurious. Would you ever do a GL or Yuri comic? Yes. Absolutely. I have a lot of story ideas planned that can be either BL or GL. I do plan after whoever ends first, TI or MLD, like trust issues or mild demons, sorry. Because I love overworking myself, so I always now have 2 stories going on. But whoever ends first after that, I'm probably gonna make a GL story. I have actually planned to do that. Then Gilbert came and I really wanted after that to make finally a story with Gabe and Alex, who I have been sitting on for a long time. There's a lot of concepts I threw into the bin because I just couldn't make out how to continue them, or the concept of it was just weird, but I have a few planned that I could make into a GL, and I definitely would like to do that after either of the current one ends, which could be probably 3 to 4 years, I think. I'm planning to do them both at least. For trust issues, why is Alex so mean to Gabe even though they were best friends? You're asking me that after 3 episodes are out, sorry. 3 episodes are out, and I'm not gonna tell the whole backstory of why he's a mean bitch. That's the whole, that's part of the whole thing. I have 2. Are we gonna have more lore about Sam's backstory? Yes and no. I currently don't have plans for it, but like I said, I really like to have spontaneous shit in there. He is going to return to Earth for a very split second. But the rest is majorly in hell, don't expect to ever see them in their old apartment all together again. How many seasons are we gonna have of My Little Demon? Season 2 was not even planned. I am such a spontaneous person. Season 2 was not even planned. I just thought it would be awesome to have a split, have a cut there, because that was literally, to me, that was oh, no, wait. The next year is gonna play in hell, so it would be great to have that be cut, so you could be season 1 is on Earth and season 2 is in hell, right? That's what I thought, oh my god, that's the perfect split. But I don't really plan to make a 3rd season, because I think that the rest of the season, the rest of the whole story would be fine in hell, and so since they're not returning to Earth, I don't think I'm gonna make a 3rd season. If I see an opportunity though, well, it was also because I wanted to take a break, but if I see an opportunity to be oh, that would be a great cut, and then there would be a 3rd season concept, because there's always a concept to a season, to me at least. So if I would see an opportunity to have a concept for season 3 and I could cut it right there, I would. But right now, I'm not planning on it. Next question. Why does Sivu seem a bit different since he became king? Easy answer. He's stressed. He stressed the fuck out. That's something he never wanted. To be king, he always dreaded the day. He was always afraid of that day, right? He never wanted that day to come, so he's afraid of being a royal because obviously a lot of people rely on you, and so he's right now really overwhelmed with everything, even though maybe in the recent episode of his meeting he was really calm and professional. He's just really stressed out and he's trying his best. He's just stressed. That's all. Next question. Are Aiden and AntMan going to stay friends with Beast, or is one of them going to grow balls and ask the other out? Yes. Are we going to see more about Atlas and Lucas? Yes. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, someone's gonna ask the other out. And it's not even that far away. By far away, I mean probably a year. But no, they're not gonna stay these stupid fucks they are right now. Next question. How did you create your characters, decide on their names and such? So character-wise, like I said, the faces look all the same, so they kind of have to have different hairstyles to separate them without color, right? Sivu randomly got curly hair He just randomly got curly hair because I felt like that would be needed to kind of separate them. Like, character designs can change, okay? But mine was randomly in the middle of the comic, absolutely unprofessional. Name-wise, though, I go to baby websites. I have no idea about names. And I don't want to be one of those bitches who give them the most basic names like Kevin and Dennis, okay? I just think that's the most basic names that you can ever give to anyone, and I don't want that. Also, originally, if I was able to draw that, originally, Sivu and Min were supposed to be Asian. So that's why they have Asian names. Like, Sivu is not, like, English or American or whatever, and so isn't Minhyuk. I don't even know if you say it like that. I always say Min. I don't really like saying his whole name. I think Samuel is also a really basic name. Samuel. Aiden is not very common. I feel like I haven't heard it like very often. Like, you hear it from time to time, but it's like not common. So I feel like I could maybe with that one. Lucas, on the other hand, very common. My bad. I just thought it would really fit him. But majorly, I go also to the name websites for the last names because I don't know the last names in this world except for... I don't know. I don't know any last names. So I go to websites for them. So, name websites. Next question. If you could get the chance to rewrite all of your stories, would you do that? In that case, what parts would you rewrite? I would not rewrite Gilbert because it's very recent. I would not rewrite Space Lovers because I just, ended it maybe a bit early. But that was because I wasn't patient for Gilbert. Also with Gilbert, it could have pulled them all out longer, but in the end, I just cut them off because I wanted to get on with the next story, and I don't think it's a bad thing. Like, I think they end on alright terms. My Little Demon, on the other hand, I wrote it in 2020. Actually, I didn't even write it. Oh my god, I didn't even write it. The original idea. Maybe you've heard this before, maybe you haven't. The original idea for My Little Demon was Sivu being a human, Sam being a human, Sam having a father who's a mafia boss, who then gets sent on a mission to kill someone, who then gets seen by Sivu, who is randomly in the fucking bush, seeing him, like on a walk or something, seeing Sam kill someone, and then Sam kidnaps Sivu. And then they fall in love in this prison that Sivu was sent into. Would you rather have that or what you currently have? There would have been also no friend, no Min, no Aiden, none of that. Just these two bitches. Maybe, honestly, maybe I would have at some point made a friend of Sam's or something. Which brings me to this original concept. Like, I just had like blue hair in mind for Sam's friend, but originally Aiden was supposed to be a girl, and there was supposed to be no second romance. I'm happy that I made him a man, though. I am very much enjoying Min and Aiden as a couple. The only thing I would rewrite about it is the beginning. Because it was not planned out at all. This whole thing with the demon started out because of an AU, an alternative universe of a demon AU, of Sivu being a demon. And I, in the end, just thought no one would enjoy this mafia-ass shit. So I went completely unplanned into this demon thing. And I just started uploading it. Mind you, I was also on a Samsung tablet with my finger like this, as a pencil. So it looks fucking ass. In 2020, I started working on my art style. Before that, I didn't give a fuck. It's just, to me, I didn't at all plan out anything. All of the things that are going on came spontaneously in like that. Like, I didn't plan any of it. So I would really like to rewrite the start to be less cringe. Because it made no sense. It made absolutely no sense. the whole beginning with him randomly being there and cooking pancakes, you know? And eating his fucking peaches. It made no sense! Like, why are you even here? And then in the end I made like, he's supposed to kill a human because to prove he's a demon. That's what came in the end, but in the beginning it made no sense at all. So, if you don't like the beginning, I don't either. I hate it, but I don't want to redraw it because that would ruin the whole art process. Right? Could have had a little bit better context in general. Next question. I would like to know Atlas's backstory and why he became trans. He woke up one morning and was like, shit, I'm a dude. And that's it. I don't know necessarily if I'm gonna elaborate on his backstory. It's just, there isn't much to tell. Like, bro doesn't have a dad. His mother has muscles like I don't know what. That I recently invented. For some fucking reason. Next question. How long did it take you to come up with the storyline of Demon? I think I already explained that twice now. It's not meant to be passive aggressive or anything. I just think I yapped about it like for 20 minutes or something. I don't know. It's just spontaneous. Spontaneous. It comes with time. That's it. How old were you when you made these OCs? I don't like talking about my age on the internet at all. It's already a very rare occurrence that I brought up the confidence in me to show my face. 5 years ago. 5 years ago I came up with them. And will we see more of Sam's sister in the story? Very shortly. Like, she's gonna appear again, but very shortly. What are all these sexualities and identities of all of your main characters in your comics? Great question, I wrote it down. Sivu is gay, Sam is pansexual, Min is gay, Aiden is bisexual, Lucas is bisexual, Atlas is bisexual. Bonus, Sophie, Min's sister, is lesbian, Gilbert is gay, Diego is bisexual, Peter is non-binary and pansexual, Felicia is queer. Alex, can't say it yet, Gabe is pansexual, and Henry is gay. What makes you want to write your webtoon? Like, maybe I'm repeating myself here, but I always liked making stories out of my characters and just writing. I am still working on it. I have gotten critique on the way I write Demon, and that's completely fine. I also am not the biggest fan of how I wrote it in the beginning. I'm still working on it. I just really like giving my characters a story. Who is your favorite OC? I don't like saying like, ooh, this one's my favorite, this one isn't, because I like them all. I created them all for a reason. Maybe some are just there for the place, but I like them all. My favorite though is Sivu, the main character, and also Gabe, the main character. Like, I put into Sivu and Gabe, I put a little sprinkle of myself, so I like them the most because they come really close to who I am as a person. And who is your least favorite OC? We're coming back to the topic that I don't like to say that. I guess the one that I have the least emotional connection with, which would be a side character like Ferguson, or... So I would say Ferguson. He's kind of like a placeholder for like the captain guard, you know? I don't hate him, but the question was who's my least favorite, and that's just... I'm just answering the question. What made you want to start your channel? Which one? The YouTube channel? I'm guessing you mean the YouTube channel. Like, obviously I explained that I like making comics, so that's why the webtoon channel. But a YouTube channel because I have had these stacks of sketchbooks, and I thought, why not show them off? Since people seem to enjoy what I create, so why not show off my sketchbooks? I mean, in the beginning, they didn't really look that aesthetically pleasing, but I think we're getting there, so I just wanted to show off my sketchbooks. But now, I'm trying to be a bit more consistent. I'm trying out other things, like draw with me's and starting new sketchbooks, that sort of stuff. Will you ever do a face reveal? No, I don't think so.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Will Atlas get more screen time? In Model Demon, he's my favorite. I'm happy you like him. Yes. I kind of want to explain, like, I don't think like as deeply as the main four. The main four will get the most screen time, obviously, because they're the main characters, especially Cebu. Atlas is more like a side character that I just, you know, that's kind of with Lucas, because Lucas is also existent, who like needs a partner. So yes, he will get screen time. Will have a bit of insight into their story. He will, yes, but he won't get as much as the other main characters. I felt that's kind of obvious, but I wanted to say that. I want to ask if you'd ever make a physical release of your finished comics like Space Lovers or Gilbert the Frog. I definitely want to. I have tried making physical copies before. I've like tried to black and white the panels and then put them into a page-sized panel and then upload them to a printing company. I tried that before. I actually have a physical copy at home. One. Two, because the first one was shit. The company wasn't very good. Like, you couldn't preview the whole thing, which I personally like feel like that's a need. Like, you need to kind of preview what the fuck you're uploading, so you know that when it's printed and when you mass print it, that it's good, that it's like the way you want it to, and that wasn't an option. So I just tried out that company, but I don't plan on printing mass productions there. If I want to sell them one day, I still have to find that company that will actually give me quality, let me have previews, and have a good quality in mass production. If you have anyone, if you know someone, some company, please let me know, because I'm looking out for it. I am currently working on making an online shop, but I don't have books in there because, like I said, I don't have a company to print that for me. So if you have recommendations, please let me know. For all of your receipts, can we get the reaction or description of a reaction to them stepping on a Lego? Also love your work. Please never stop. Thank you. I actually drew it, and I'm just gonna insert them right now for you. And that's all the questions I got. I was a bit impatient maybe with it. If you maybe asked the question 3 days after I posted the post of asking for the questions, you might have not been mentioned because I was impatient, and now already after 2 days now I'm recording this. But I think I yapped enough for today. The main reason I wanted to face reveal is because I had a few video ideas that I maybe wanted to do with my face, which don't necessarily need a face, but I just feel like I want to get it over with. Like, have my face on the internet, like, whatever. Which is something I always dreaded, but, like, whatever, it's on there now. And so it's just over with, so I don't have to be afraid to always censor it or anything. And because, as I said, I have a few video ideas that I would like to do, which might perhaps require my face. So it's over now. You've seen me. You've seen all of me. If you like the art that I here spontaneously inserted, or you like the sound of what I just told you about my comics, go ahead and check them out. I've been linked in my link tree. And also on my socials, I post a bit of extra art of them. So I would appreciate if you check that out. And also, if you like this video, if you like me, consider liking and subscribing. Goodbye.